Hi, Sandra.
Hello, Max. Do I have company?
Um, well, there's another person who's booked on, but she's not. She can't do it at this time, so she just does it in her own time.
Oh,
So yeah, so it's just us now. Okay. So you need a block and a strap. So just one of each. Fantastic. I will mute you for now, and then I'll unmute you for the practice. Okay. So find a comfortable position. You can settle, seated or lying down. Whatever feels better for your body right now, whatever feels more appropriate right now. Oh, thank you. So once you're there, softly close your eyes and begin tuning to the space inside yourself, inside your body. So feeling your breath from within. Bring your awareness to your hips and your pelvis. How is this part of your body feeling today? Notice how the weight is distributed over the sitting bones, the position of your legs, and see if there's anything that you can do to make yourself just a little bit more comfortable. Keep your spine nice and long and very gently roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe into your belly, in the sides of your body, into your back body and into your chest. So with the next inhalation, imagine that your lungs are like a balloon that you're blowing up. So the lungs are expanding in all the directions. See if you can hold your entire body in your awareness whilst focusing at the same time on keeping the breath as deep and long as you can. So as you sit here and breathe, notice the engagement in your legs, in your pelvis, in the muscles around your spine, your shoulders, whilst feeling as the rib cage is expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you exhale. Note your intention for the practice today. What is it that you'd like to work on? Or what qualities do you need more of in your life? Is it peace? Or perhaps is it discipline? We all need different things. Our bodies need different things. So honor what's right for you. And now we'll move into our pranayama. So keep your eyes closed. Keep your inner gaze at the spot between your eyebrows. So your Agnya or Ajna, it's the third eye chakra. And take a really deep and long breath in and hold it. exhale. Slowly use the diaphragm to push out the remaining air and hold it. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. And hold. 3 more rounds. In. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Breathe in. Hold. Release. And hold. One last round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Release. And breathe naturally. Notice if the rhythm or the depth of your breathing has changed. Notice any thoughts or perhaps fluctuations of your mind. And then open your eyes. So we're gonna roll the shoulders back and down just to warm up the upper body a little bit. Draw circles as big as you can. And then switch direction. So feel as the shoulder blades are wrapping around your torso. And any tightness is being released from the shoulders. Then bring yourself back to the center and drop one ear towards the same shoulder. Bring the left fingertips down and push the mat away so you to elongate the side of the neck, dropping the left shoulder down. Then bring the chin forward a little bit and then tilt your head back a little bit. Just do that a couple more times. Be keeping your awareness on your hips as well, trying to keep this body as soft as you can. Then through the center, bring the head the other way, so just drop your ear for now. Notice how this side feels, and then bring the fingertips down and gently push the mat away. So like you're pulling the shoulder away from the ear. Just nothing too strenuous. Bring the chin forward and then bring the head back. Just notice where it feels good. If there are any sticky spots. And then bring yourself back to the center and drop your chin towards your chest. So push the chin into the chest. You can really feel the whole length of the back of your neck stretching. Bring the shoulders down. You can bring the hands down and push down. And then inhale, bring the head back up and very gently lift the chin up towards the sky. So we want to find length through the front of the throat. And you can gently open your mouth and slide your jaw from side to side. Or open your mouth really wide. Just to release any tension accumulated throughout the day. Bring your head back to the center and keeping the legs as crossed. So the same as crossing of the legs, feet in line with the knees. Wavelength through the spine. That's it. So we want to cross the shins. So instead of tucking the feet under, we aim to keep them more or less in line with the knees. So see if you can cross them a little bit further. That's it. Okay. So wavelength through the spine and firming through the abdominal wall, squeezing your pelvic floor muscles. Lead with your chest as you fold. So you can use the block here if you want to bring the floor closer to you. Keep drawing the navel close to the spine. And breathe into your hips. Notice where you can feel the stretch. And with having no expectations, just see if the body is welcoming a deeper fold. Maybe not immediately, but after a few rounds of breath, you may find that the body feels quite open. Keep the engagement in your belly. And then as you inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Extend your legs out. Now it's the fun part with the block. So you don't have to use the block, but I like the visual aid here. So you know what's coming, right? So we're going to turn towards the right leg. I like to keep my feet pointing because I find that it gives me more engagement. And when you squeeze your belly and prepare yourself to lift the leg, it's like you're trying to insert the thigh bone deeper into the hip socket. So then see if you can use the core awareness to help you do that. So find whatever setting you want. Firm your belly. And then as you inhale, lift the leg up. And over the block, bring it down. You can do it. So then without thinking too much, inhale, exhale. That's it. So inhale up, exhale down. Twice more. In and out. And one more time. Inhale and hold it over the block. That's it. Tall spine, breathe, and release. Well done. So give your thigh a little shake, do what feels good. Let's do the other leg, shall we? So make sure that the spine is tall and then turn towards the left leg. So firm your belly and inhale, exhale over the block. Inhale, exhale. So press the fingertips down, that will help you. You can lean back, but only a little bit, because we don't want to have the back too rounded, because then you're not strengthening your hip flexors as much anyway. Okay, so 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I think it's the last one. Inhale and hold it. That's it, you can do it. Breathe. Feel the sensations. And then bring the leg down. Give it a nice little shake, little massage. Well done. And this time, cross the legs the other way. So you can bring the feet a little bit further away from you. So instead of being here, so tucking the feet under, I bring the legs kind of in front of me. And then I check that the feet are more or less knees width apart. That's perfect. Wavelength through the spine. And then as you exhale, begin to fold, tucking your belly button in. Grab your block if you want to. And keep your feet flexed and notice where you can feel this stretch. Breathe into your back body. So feel the shoulder blades gently lift up as you breathe. And as you exhale, surrender. So surrender into the pose, reminding yourself that you're exactly where you need to be and exactly how you need to be. Stay with your breath. See if you can soften the sensations with your breath. So we're not trying to eliminate them or make them go away, but just by being curious and observing them, see if they change at all. Then inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Extend your legs out wide. This time, flex your feet. So press the back of the knees into the mat. Your quads are firm, so make sure that they're nice and strong here. And then turn towards the right leg. Inhale your arms over the head. So see if you can corset your ribs. Roll the elbows together. Yes, towards each other, that's it. And then leading with your chest, we fold about 60 degrees, that's more or less it. So keep your belly engaged, feet are flexed. Inhale, back up. Exhale, draw your belly in as you fold over the leg. Inhale, up. One more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, center. Keep your arms straight, turn towards the other leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold 60 degrees. Inhale back to the center. Keep rolling the elbows in, slide the shoulder blades down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, center. And one last time, exhale over the leg. Inhale, back up. And release your arms for a moment. Give your shoulders a little shake. So as if this wasn't bad enough, then we add the arms to it. So now, last but not least, we need to fold through. So inhale your arms up, corset your ribs, so find that deep engagement through the abdominal wall. And then as you exhale, gently fold 60 degrees or as far as you can. Arms are next to your ears. And inhale, back up. Exhale, gently fold, long spine, it doesn't matter how far you go. Inhale, back up. One last time, exhale, fold, and hold it here. See if you can bounce. So very gentle bounces, your legs are engaged. Your core is engaged, pelvic floor, arms by your ears. Just a few more. And then release the arms down. You can use the block here and come into a fold. So round your back as much as you want to, as much as it feels good. Stay on the block. And breathe. Notice where you can feel the tugging and pulling. Make sure that the top of your thighs is engaged. Reminding yourself that all is good. Inhale, slowly bring yourself back to the center. So hook underneath the knees to manually bend the legs and bring them back up. So from here, keep the fingers pointing the same way as your feet. Feet are mat distance apart. So I'm going to shuffle over here so I've got a bit more space. And then roll the shoulders back to open through the chest, and then drop your legs one way and then the other. So slowly moving with your breath from external rotation in the hips, move into internal rotation. So one leg at a time. Visualize what's happening in the pelvis, in the hip joint, how the bones are moving, how they supported by the muscles and tendons. And then drop your legs to one side and stay here. Yeah, I like to walk myself back a little bit and feel what's going on. So push that right knee down. So more into the mat. Bring yourself back to the center and go the other way to do the same. Inhale back to the center and then calm down onto your back. So you can grab a strap here. So keeping the left foot down, lift your right leg over to hook the strap over the ball of the right foot. So hold the straps with both hands. So each end in one hand, that's it. So keeping the left leg bent for now, allow your thigh bone to settle into the hip socket. Feel the contact with the mat. Relax your shoulders, the back of your head into the mat. That's it. Notice what's present in all the three spheres of yourself. So how does it feel physically? What is your breath telling you? And what's coming up on the mental and emotional plane? So check if your left hip is feeling good, and if so, maybe you want to extend the leg out. So keeping that leg firm, very gently you can begin to pull onto the strap to bring the right leg closer to you. There's no effort, no strain per se, just see how it goes. Breathe deeply and fully. So keep elongating the breath in and slowly releasing it. Now hold both ends of the strap with the right hand. Left hand goes on the left hip, just to remind you to stay rooted, and then begin to open the leg out to the side. So right leg is straight, you press the left leg into the mat and breathe deeply. Inhale slowly back to the center. We swap hands and bring the right thumb in the hip crease, the right hip crease. So again, to remind you to keep that hip down, and then slowly bring the leg over the body. It's probably not going to go far if you keep the hips down. And this one feels more intense usually, but stay with the sensations. Stay with your breath. see how far you can go so that you don't lose the connection with your breath. And again, the longer you stay in poses, especially when you work on opening and stretching, then see if the amplitude has changed, if your body is welcoming a deeper stretch. But if it's not, then it's perfectly fine. Stay where you need to be. Honor your body's needs. Inhale back to the center, and one more time hold the strap with both hands and very gently pull the leg towards you. Draw your lower belly in, and then bend your leg, release the strap and hold. So either the big toe or the outer edge of the right foot for half happy baby. So stay where you need to be. The left leg can be bent. And it's like you trying to bring the right knee towards the mat, but without pushing it. So it's the direction rather than a goal. So like all the poses in yoga. Then very gently release the right leg and we go to the other side. So stay with the right leg bent for now. The foot is rooted in the mat. And then we bring the strap over the left foot. So just for a few moments, keep the leg straight. So it's like at a 90-degree angle towards your body. And just make sure your arms are loose. So we're trying to limit the engagement in the body parts that don't really participate in an exercise and a posture. Feel your femur, so the thigh bone, settling deeper into the hip socket. Feel the engagement in your hamstrings, your calf muscles. Gently lift the kneecap so the thigh is engaged. And then checking if you're good here, stay here, or if you want to extend the right leg out and down. Remember that each side may feel a lot different. You can very gently begin to pull on the strap, being mindful on where your edges are. So even when we progress or we transition into deeper variation, we still need to keep it at the forefront of our mind to be kind to ourselves, to not do something to ourselves or our bodies that we wouldn't do to a friend or a loved one. Then slowly release the pull and keep both ends of the strap with the left hand. Right hand on the right hip, and then begin to open the leg out to the side. So try to keep the leg as straight as you can. Both hips are down. And just let it feel good. Let any emotions bubble up. Let them be, let them flow. Because it's all emotions are energy in motion. So it's always flowing. So tightness can be understood as this emotion or this energy being stuck. So when you release it, then you can start experiencing a lot. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center, hold the strap with the right hand and slide the thumb into the left hip crease just as a reminder to keep that hip down and bring the leg over the body. As soon as you start feeling more intensity, take a really deep breath in. And you can sigh out through the mouth. Say quietly in your head, I am calm. Everything is good. I don't need to be anywhere else but here. I don't need to do anything but breathe. Inhale, bring the leg back up, and just one more time, hold each end of the strap with your hands and very gently pull the leg towards you, observing if anything has changed. Then gently bend the leg, release the strap, and threading the arm through the inner part of the leg. See if you can grab hold of the outer edge of the foot or the toe, wherever it feels good. Stay with your breath. Try to let go of the need of wanting to be somewhere or go somewhere, and try to enjoy being exactly where you are. And then gently release the leg. Bend both legs, keep the feet as wide as your mat, and allow the thighs, the knees to knock in towards each other. Notice what's present. And then we begin to bring the knees up towards your chest. Give them a nice little squeeze, and notice if your hips, your pelvis feels any different. Can roll from side to side. And then we begin, so hold the back of the knees and roll yourself up and then down. Just a couple more times, keeping the spine long as you come up, rounding your back on the way down, balancing on the sits bones. That's it. And one more time, next time you come up, find your version of low boat pose. Squeeze the knees and thighs together. Roll the shoulders back and down to open through the chest. Lift the crown of your head and squeeze your belly, so you want to have the back as straight as possible. And breathe. See if you can release the arms and keep them next to your legs. I'm going to stay here for 3 rounds of breath. So inhale. Exhale. In and out. One more time. Inhale. You can do it. And exhale, cross the legs and transition over onto all fours. So actually from here, drop all the way down to the mat. Hands are by the lower ribs, and inhale, push up into cobra. Elbows are beside you, roll the shoulders back and down. Squeeze your belly, push the tops of the feet into the mat. And notice how that feels in your hips, in your belly, in your groin. And then gently lower down and push yourself back up into tabletop. Keep your fingers spread super wide. And as you inhale, drag your chest forward, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, round your back. So go with your own breath, inhaling, stretching the front of the spine. And exhaling, stretching the back of your spine. Feel free to close your eyes as you go, finding any spots that could do with a bit more freedom, with a bit more of your attention. Notice what's going on in the shoulders, in the hips, in the sacrum. And then come back to the center, extend your right leg out and tuck your toes under. Push out through the heel, just making sure that the hips are square so you can look towards them. And then lift the leg up. Push the mat away, drop your right hip down. And then if you want to extend your left arm out. Keep pushing the mat away, feel the contact, that grounding energy, and squeeze your belly to bring that energy into the center of your body. Then bend your right leg, push the foot up towards the sky. So flex your foot, so feel the hamstring firing up, and then bring it closer towards your bum. Grab hold of the top of the foot if you can. If not, you can always use a strap. That's it, you're there. So see if it feels better if you kick the foot into the hand to lift through the inner part of the thigh, or if it feels better to bring it closer towards your bum. So have a little play. Then gently release. Keep the big toes together, knees as wide as your mat, and slide your hips back for child's pose. Extend your arms as far towards the short edge of the mat as you can. Walk your fingertips and then drop your forehead down. Spread your shoulder blades apart. And then inhale, bring yourself back into standard all fours. So this time extend your left leg out, tuck your toes, drop the left hip down. So just to make sure that we're not lifting it, but it's parallel to the edge of the mat, or to the mat even. Then when you're ready, simply lift it, keeping your hips square. Push the mat away, brace your core. And then if you want to extend your right arm out. So as though someone is pulling you in opposite directions. Breathe the potential space between the shoulder blades, between the vertebrae. And then bend your right leg, foot is flexed. Push it towards the ceiling. That's it. Feel your hamstrings firing up. And then bend it even closer towards your bum. Sweep your arm. See if you can grab hold of the top of the foot. And have a little play. Does it feel better if you bring it towards your bum for a quad stretch? Or does it feel nice to open through the chest? Lift the left knee higher. It's a nice back bend. Then gently release. And one more time. Knees out wide, big toes together. Slide back for child's pose. Send your breath to the sides of your body, feeling the rib cage widen. And release. So now keeping the fingers spread wide and arms extended, as you inhale, shift over into this like tadpole / cobra variation. So you bring the hips down, roll the shoulders back and down. See if you can keep the big toes together, and it doesn't matter how low you go, but so that you feel what's going on in the hips. So we aim, but it's not the goal to bring the hips down. Keep the spine long, press down through the fingertips, lift up through the crown of the head, and see if you can relax your hips and your pelvis. Take another breath in here. And then as you exhale, slide back for wild-legged child's pose. So we're moving dynamically 4 more times. Inhale, shift forward, bring the hips down, open through the chest. Exhale, slide back. So adding mobility to the hips. Breathe in and shift forward. And exhale, sliding back, tuck your tailbone under. 3 more, or 2. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Open the chest, roll the shoulders down. That's it. And exhale back to child's pose. Shift, bring the knees together, tuck your toes, hands stay where they are, and then push back into downward dog. So pedal your feet and spin on them. Notice how your down dog is feeling. So even though it's the first one of the day, it might feel a lot more open and accessible after all the hip openers that we've done lying down. Settle in your down dog. Roll the triceps in. Draw your belly in. Lift your sitting bones up towards the sky. And breathe. Connecting to the earth. So rooting into the present moment. But also finding the strength within ourselves to do what we need to do. Then walk your feet towards your hands. Lift up halfway, send the fingertips or hands and shins. Exhale, fold. So stay here, tuck your chin towards your chest, clasp the opposite elbow, and very gently shift the weight onto the balls of your feet so you can lift the hips higher. So it'll be probably barely perceptible if you look, but when you feel your body from the inside, feel the engagement, what your body's doing, trying to keep you upright, that's where the magic happens. And if you want to, you can sashay your hips, so draw circles with your upper body. Just noticing where you feel, or if you feel any tightness, you might not. And then inhale, lift up halfway, reach out through the crown of the head, exhale, fold. Then inhale, rise up, sweeping your arms over your head, look up, arms by your sides as you exhale. Pushing down through the feet, inhale, rise, extend it. And through prayer as you exhale, hinging at the hips, you come into a fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come into a fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Exhale, come into a fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands, make your way into down dog. Push down evenly through the hands, root down through the left foot, and extend your right leg out. So just that you're touching the back of the mat with your big toe. And then inhale, bring that leg up. So keep your hips square, roll the thighs the right thigh in to make sure that the hips are parallel. And breathe. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, shift over into plank, but bring the right knee towards your right armpit. Squeeze your belly. Push the mat away. Lift it a little bit higher. And inhale. Re-extend that leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the foot down. The other side. Extend through the left foot so your toes just touch the back of the mat. Hips are square, squeeze your belly. Inhale the leg up. Roll your triceps in. Lift the left foot higher. All is good. You can do it. Another breath in here. And then as you exhale, shift over into plank. Left knee towards the left armpit. Shift your shoulders forward. Lift it as high as you can. And then back into three-legged dog. Exhale, foot down. Inhale, roll over into plank. And as it's our first one, drop the knees down and come down all the way to the mat. Bring the fingertips out as wide as your mat or even further, so you've got a right angle with your forearm and your upper arm. And then as you inhale, lift up. You're in this weird cobra. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, bring the left shoulder forward. Come back to the center. Right shoulder forward. Stay strong on the fingertips. Come back. So one more round. Roll the left shoulder forward as far as it feels comfortable. As far as you can work with your breath. Back to the center. Right shoulder down. Back to the center. Lower all the way down. Release your hands. Bring them by your lower ribs. And inhale into regular cobra or upward facing dog. Lift up through the chest. And then as you exhale, back into back into downward dog. From here, root down through the left foot, inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your leg and roll the hip open. So right foot is by the bum cheek, lift the knee as high as you can. And breathe. Take another breath in here. And then as you exhale, shift over into plank, right knee to the right armpit. And then step the foot between the hands or give yourself a helping hand. Drop your back heel down, warrior one alignment. So the front foot is in line with the back heel. And inhale, rise up. So front leg is bent. Twist your hips towards the right leg and keep your arms over the body. So biceps are by your ears, corset your ribs in. And breathe, strongly pressing down through the back foot. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, we transition into warrior two. So the front heel meets the arch of the back foot. So it's not the nicest or most graceful transition, but it gets us to where we want to be. So hips are facing the long edge of the mat. And when you bend the right leg, the knee is tracking towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Extend your arms out and roll the shoulders back so you flip the palms up as well. So keeping the shoulders down, you just flip your palms back to face the floor. That's it. Set your drishti through the index and middle fingers and breathe. Notice what's going on in the hips. Back leg is active. Then take another inhale And as you exhale, bring the right forearm over the body, keeping the right shoulder away from the ear. So we don't want to be here, but you want to be here. So then I'm not just sinking here, but actually I'm supporting myself with the strength of my core. Extend the arm over the body. Squeeze your belly. Slide your left shoulder blade down. All about the hips. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, bring the arms down. Lift your back heel. Step back into plank. So hold it here for a moment. Push the mat away. Squeeze your legs together. Get your pelvic floor. All is good. And as you next exhale, shift forward. Lower down all the way to the mat. Hands by your low ribs. Inhale up into cobra. Press the tops of the feet down. And exhale whichever way you like. We meet in downward dog. Root down through the right foot. Inhale your left leg up. And as you exhale, bend the leg and roll the left hip open. So try to keep your shoulders square to the mat. And focus on lifting the left knee higher. So squeeze those glutes. Let them fire up. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, transition over into plank. Left knee by your left armpit. Lift it a bit higher. And step the foot between the hands. Drop the back heel down. And pushing the ground away. Inhale yourself all the way up. So square your hips forward. Notice what's going on. Arms are over the head. Corset your ribs. And breathe. Keep pulling the right hip forward. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, transition into warrior two. So start with the hips. Are they parallel to the long edge of the mat? And then the knee follows. Keep pushing the hips forward. Extend your arms out, making sure the shoulders are down. Push the mat away and squeeze your feet like towards each other. So we're firing up the inner thighs for this. Find your breath. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, left forearm goes down. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. Sink your hips and extend the arm. Squeeze your core, push the mat away. That's it. Another breath in. And as you exhale, lift the back heel, land your hands, step back into plank. Spend a couple of breaths here, holding your entire body in your awareness. As you exhale, find your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale into down dog. Then step your foot towards the hands, but you spin so that the feet are parallel. So you can grab a block for this if you like, or keep a wider stance. So this way you'll be closer to the mat. So bring the hands onto your hips and stay in flat back just for a moment. So squeeze the legs together, so you should feel something firing up here. Push the outer edges of your feet down and elongate through the crown of the head. Extend your arms out wide and just do a few bounces. So mobilizing the shoulder joint, strengthening it, and the upper back, fingers are spread wide. Another breath in, and as you exhale, bring the arms down. So on the block, or just down. See if you can bring the fingertips in line with your toes, and then fold as though you're going in between the legs. Shift the weight onto the balls of your feet, only bit by bit to keep your balance. Inhale back into flat back. Exhale, stay. Then spin so that you're facing the short edge of your mat, and step forward, come up to standing. Okay. Shift the weight onto the left foot and bring the right heel up. So you can let it rest on top of the left foot. If you want to, bring it the side of your calf, anywhere up or down the leg apart from the knee joint. So either stay here, or if your balance is okay, you can manually place the foot, the inner thigh. Keep focusing on that external rotation in the hip joint. So you've pushed the hips forward, squeeze your glutes, and wherever you are, bring the hands at your heart. Squeeze your core, draw all of that energy to the center of your body. And then gently release. You can give your hips a shake, slide them from side to side. Let's do the other side. So weight is in the right leg, and check your balance on this side first. So the foot is resting on top of, the heel is resting on top of the foot. Like you're gauging, how is this side feeling? And then bit by bit, bring the foot to the calf, push the hips forward, so you're opening up through that hip. You can already bring the hands to heart. If you want to, see if you can bring the leg further up. Tall spine, squeeze your belly, push the foot and the legs together, and embrace the wobbles. Then gently release the hand, the leg, and calm down onto your back. So there are options here. You can either do supine pigeon, so you cross the right ankle over the foot, or if you want to, you cross the leg over the body. You then lift the legs up and see if you can grab hold of the feet, the shins, and then allow yourself to settle exactly where you need to be. So relax your head, relax your shoulders, draw your lower belly in. Then slowly release the legs, and let's find the outer hip stretch on the other side. So either from pigeon, and you lift the legs up, or if you feel that your hips are quite open, then you can keep both legs crossed, so like the knees touch, and then grab hold of the legs wherever you can. Connect with your breath. What is it telling you? What's going on in your body? What are your hips telling you? And then gently release feet, uncross your legs, and find a comfortable position to rest. So either constructive rest pose or shavasana. If you're still craving hip openers, you can bring the soles of the feet together. Up to you. Softly close your eyes. Take a really deep breath in. Inhale a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And exhale through the mouth. Feeling as though any residual tension or stagnant energy has left your body, sinking into the mat. Check in with yourself. Take note of how your hips are feeling. And revisit your intention. Invite some gentle movement back into the body. Draw your knees towards your chest. Rock from sides to sides, noticing if anything has shifted or changed. And slowly bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position. And unmute yourself if you'd like to join the final arm. Reclose your eyes and bring the hands at your heart. And softly bowing your head, expressing thanks to yourself, to your body, accepting it in its entirety, loving yourself exactly as you are. So thank yourself for the effort you put into the practice. And let's close the practice with one round of Om. And open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.
How are your hips are feeling?
Well, I managed to stand in tree posture.
Yeah?
It was pretty good. I wobbled, but I was there.
Fantastic. Just keep going. Just practice and all is coming. And
I have done hip openers as you suggested.
yeah. So are they feeling a bit open then?
A little bit. I've got my chair there and I put my leg on top and I...
That's brilliant. No,
Yeah.
really good. Well done. Yeah?
On Tuesday, you talked about Monday.
Um,
What were you...
Yes. So as of the 7th of September, I'm going back to a studio. So this will be teaching 7 to 8. And on Tuesdays, I'll be teaching in a different studio. So it's not like it's my class, but I'm teaching for a studio. So there won't be the live stream, but I will continue with the Thursday sessions on Zoom for the foreseeable future. So you're more than welcome to come to the Monday class. I'd love to see you there.
Where's this class?
In Coast Guard Studio on Clarendon Road. So
Right.
it's by South Parade Pier.
Maybe I won't be able to. My husband works a bit long hours on that day, so...
Oh, I see. Well, I'm hoping that this is a phased return and I will have my class back on Wednesday, and it's in Friendship House on Elm Grove. But obviously, with COVID guidelines, etc., it takes a bit longer for some venues to resume any activities. So I just managed to find Coast Guard and keep it. Gonna keep the class there for the time being, but hopefully on Wednesday it will be at 7:30 to 8:30 on Elm Grove. But obviously I will keep you up to date what's going on. But don't worry, I'm keeping the Zoom classes.
That would be good, because I booked also for Pilates.
Nice.
With another trainer that I knew, Jackie Kilpatrick. I don't know what's it.
Is she from Morocco?
Yes, she's the long curly hair.
I don't think I've ever met her, but I know of her.
Yeah, she does it on Facebook, and she's got her colleague Sally,
Yeah.
who does thumbs and bums, but they do Monday and Wednesday. That's the one I join in.
Oh, nice. That's really good. I think I want to do it too. So maybe
I'll
I'll do that one day.
Yeah, I'll do you on Thursday.
Oh, brilliant. I'm honored. Yeah, so I'll keep you in the loop with any other classes I manage to have in real life. Well, not in real life, in person. But don't worry,
Yeah.
I'll keep the Thursday class. And yeah, whenever you can make it on Monday, then you're more than welcome to come.
Did you ever teach at Rocco?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was covering for Lucy because Lucy was the teacher, and
Right.
I was covering her classes from time to time. So yeah.
So Rocco isn't opened as yet, I presume. I don't know. I've heard Rocco, but I haven't heard.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Yeah. Anyway, don't worry. I'll give them a call.
Okay. So
Yeah, in the
hope you have
meantime,
a lovely evening, and I will see you next Thursday, right?
Yes, you'll see me next Thursday, and have a very good weekend. I'm off to the Isle of Wight.
Wow, we're going to Devon for the weekend as well, so excited. So I hope you
Yeah.
have a lovely time.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye bye.